From St. Cloud, Florida, this is the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Oh, we're kind of afraid to find out what's in there. They never found the Limburger baby, you know.
Welcome to the Doc Show, Coast to Coast.
What kind of crazy stuff happens where we live?
It's nobody's business but ours.
If you'd like to know, may I enlighten you?
Your secret's safe with me.
Weeknights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern.
I know a lot of you people don't like me.
What's going on with Dr. Wackadoodle?
This is what people be talking about.
Give Doc a call, 407-498-3193.
Most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain.
My groin hurts, not my balls.
Far be it for me to criticize a man with a full pubis.
What do you get when you cross a highly outspoken individual with the power of radio?
Listen to yourselves, you pathetic losers. Sound dumber than Glenn Beck.
Well, you still get the highly outspoken Doc.
I think we have to castrate him.
Check you out, Mr. Highfalutin.
Often imitated, never quite duplicated.
You're making a movie about this guy?
Damn Skippy.
This is The Doc Show, Coast to Coast, with Doc Holliday.
Yeah, baby. 33 minutes past the hour. I'm reading a little more into this Kaepernick interview. Well, it's not an interview. You wouldn't talk. He turned 18 in the year 2005. And according to the newspaper that wrote the article, they went to the state capitol looking for his voting records, which, by the way, your voting records are a matter of public scrutiny. Anybody can get them. He grew up in Turlock, California, turned 18 in 2005. According to records from the California Secretary of State, there is no record of him registering to vote in the state in the last 10 years. Interesting. Let's see. CNN's on his ass. How do you like that? The racist network. The network that hates white people. CNN reported Kaepernick told the media why he didn't vote after the 49ers lost 23-20 to the Cardinals in Arizona. I think it would have been hypocritical of me to vote. I said from the beginning I was against oppression. I was against the system of oppression. I'm not going to show support for the system, and to me, the oppressor isn't going to allow your vote to give you a way out of oppression. What in the hell is he talking about?
Not a clue.
This is awesome. I love this. So there was nobody, not Hillary, who most Dems voted for, that was going to break the chains on Colin Kaepernick's life on the slave plantation. That's just an excuse for being a lazy asshole. That's all he is. He says, I stand by my decision. Well, when do you plan? Well, I mean, Jesus, this is one of those people that maybe should leave the country. You know, we got all the Hollywood celebrities that want to leave. Although, people in Canada are being very funny about this. They don't want them. They absolutely, positively don't want any of them. They said, especially Rosie. And they made a weight joke. And I don't believe in those weight jokes, you know, so I wouldn't tell it. They said she's too fat to fit through customs. She's not that big. Said, man, he'd be a hypocrite if he voted. Okay, so how are you going to solve this oppression of people of color? Don't you think that, like everybody else who was fooled by Hillary Clinton, that she might be the one? And how could you not vote for Barack Obama? He was allegedly a brother who was going to make things great for black people. There wasn't going to be no oppression. You didn't vote for him either. So you're just a liar. Cut him. And don't worry about being called racist. The San Francisco 49ers organization, you got nothing to worry about. Nothing.
We've got your celebrity news, gossip, and so much more on Dish in the Dirt with the Doc Show, coast to coast.
Okay.
You ready?
Sure.
It wasn't as exciting as last night's, but, hey.
What was last night?
Well, I was happy.
Oh, I see.
I got to work on something, I suppose.
So you're dishing the happy dirt.
I'm going to dish the dirt. Why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out. Maybe this will, well, you don't eat sugar, but this will make people that like sugar and Oreo cookies very happy.
Sugar's bad for you people.
Oh, so, you know what? Let them live in their bubble for a minute, okay? So, there's going to be a new Oreo candy bar.
I heard something about this.
Yeah. But apparently they're going to be gigantic. So, Oreo's path to total junk food domination just took another big step forward. And, I know people who would welcome this insane cookie and cream idea into their world.
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Oreo just introduced their first candy bar. It's a gigantic milk chocolate bar that's stuffed with layers of cream and Oreo cookie. Oh, God. And the chocolate is fancy, expensive European chocolate. I'm okay with Hershey's. I don't need fancy chocolate. It's starting to roll out in stores now and should be everywhere by January. And a smaller version will also be coming out then, in case, you want to be a moderate.
Yeah, you only want to get type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, in case you want one roll instead of two.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm just saying. Emojis are taking over the world. We all know that, right? We put the little smiley face with our text and the little kiss girl. Well, there's a nonprofit organization and called the Unicode Consortium.
Unicode?
Unicode Consortium. Yes. And they do all sorts of important things to regulate and standardize the internet. But most of us only really care about them because they're the ones that control the emojis. So they've announced 51 new emojis that will debut next summer. So here's a list of some of them, and you can get a complete list on our Facebook page, Doc Holiday's Phoenix Rising Radio Network. But they've come out with a UFO.
Is that me?
Yes, that would be you.
I apologize.
Yeah.
See, it's a good thing I don't sit over here and look at porn.
A shocked face with a head exploding. A face with a mouth open vomiting. Oh, that's gross. They're coming out with a woman who's going to be breastfeeding, a sandwich, a piece of pie, Tyrannosaurus Rex, a witch and a wizard, vampire, elf, zombie, genie.
I don't understand, so go back to breastfeeding.
There's going to be an emoji for that now.
Breastfeeding?
Yes. An orange heart, because I guess the blue, green, yellow, red, purple, and pink hearts aren't enough, and a woman in a hijab.
A woman given what?
In a hijab. The wrap. On her head. A hijab is hijab. Hijab.
That's what Lewinsky did to Clinton.
No. That's what the Muslim women wear over their heads.
No, they don't give those hijabs.
Anyway. So look out for your emojis. Men, you spend $77 more per month looking good than women do. I miss the days of men leaving the house looking like garbage. that was a world that made sense. Well,
I don't understand. What are you talking about?
So, men used to just not care what they looked like. They really didn't.
We've always cared what we looked like.
You left the house looking like bums.
We just, the bottom line is we don't hide our imperfections with makeup.
Well, according to a new study, men in their 20s now spend $77 more per month looking good than a woman does. That's over $900 a year. Men spend an average of $371 per month on clothes, shoes, grooming products, while women spend an average of $294. I think it's just because we're better shoppers.
No, I think what you got here are those kids out there protesting. Remember what we used to call the kids? Oh, hell. They were sexual deviants? No. Multisexual? No.
Metrosexual?
Metrosexual, yeah.
The men now, yes.
It's gone to another step to where they are just sissies.
Uh-huh.
No, the metrosexual was the 27-year-old in 2006. But now he's 37 and he realizes that he looked like a sissy. Now you've got the 20-year-old in the year 2016 who's out protesting because he didn't vote. And these guys, they need to have their nappy times and their alone time and nobody can offend me here time. It's gotten really bad. Bring me John Wayne back, man. Bring me a man. I don't mean for that. I'm a friggin' man. And I don't need my feelings get hurt. I gotta go somewhere. Oh, somebody needs to rub my shoulders. That's why. And men wear makeup now. They do, just like the TV anchors. Well, they're supposed to, because it makes you look a little better. But that's what's going on. These are worse than metrosexuals. I got to think of a name for them.
Okay.
Oh, I know. Homosexuals.
Anyway, the Cosby Show has been significantly tainted by the accusation
you think?
that Bill Cosby spent most of his adult life drugging and sexually assaulting women, right? So the show disappeared from syndication on BET, TV Land, and Bounce TV. But now Bounce is bringing it back by, quote, popular demand. The show will return to the network on December 19th, just in time for holiday family time.
Yes. Dr. Huxtable's very family oriented.
Bounce says they made the call after, quote, careful research and evaluation, presumably to determine whether or not they'd be able to get away with this in the court of public opinion. Of course, this will be good news for the show's other actors like Malcolm Jamal Warner, who complained about losing residuals when the show was pulled from TV. He said, quote, it's literally taking money out of my pocket.
And that is true.
That is true. It's hurting the other cast members. So you know what? Go ahead. Look, that's TV. He has his life drama. I don't care. I liked Cliff and Claire. I liked the Huxtables. I liked the Cosby Show. It was good family fun. Just don't let your kids know what Bill's been accused of.
Well, I think there had to come a time. There had to come a time for a timeout when all this stuff was going on. True or not? And I've never said I believe a word about Bill Cosby. It's too easy. It's just too easy for women to make accusations, especially the ones they can't prove. It's like the ones against Trump. You see how fast they went away? Mm-hmm. Because Trump's people said, all right, well, if this happened, let's get some witnesses. Because Donald wants answers. And they all went away because they couldn't produce.
How do you bring everything back to the election?
Because that's
Donald
what
Trump.
That's what we just went through. That is the one thing America is.
I know, but
it's the only thing America is talking about right now.
You correlate everything to the election. No, the holidays are coming. Let's talk about fun stuff for Christmas and Thanksgiving and football and...
Nobody's into it yet.
Well, we need to lead the way, Doc. We need to lead the way. We need to make people happy. Fa la 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 la.
The bottom line is that there's people out there rioting, calling for the assassination of a man who was just elected president.
But that has nothing to do with the Cosby Show.
Well, but Bill Cosby got accused of the same thing Donald Trump got accused of, which is fondling women against their will. And Donald Trump never did it. And I don't think Cosby did either.
It's happy time. We're moving on.
Well, you asked me how I could possibly associate Bill Cosby to Donald Trump.
This one you could have actually made a correlation to the election because it actually does have a correlation to the election. So, as Doc has mentioned, millions of people have expressed their frustrations with the results of the elections last week, mostly through 8,000-word Facebook posts. And that is true. I've deleted a couple of friends in the process. I'm not going to lie. I just couldn't take it anymore.
You really did, huh?
I did.
Wow.
I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't want to see it anymore. And I'm trying so hard not to post stuff on my page. You know, I have my own feelings about things and whatever, but I'm doing my part and I'm trying to post holiday stuff. Everybody loves Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's great. Make you feel good messages.
That is not what's topical right now.
Well, you know what? It needs to be because Facebook is disgusting right now, okay? But anyway, this 33-year-old woman named Elizabeth Lundberg from Lino Lakes, Minnesota, used a different coping mechanism. She got hammered, but she was arrested for drunk driving after she rear-ended another car.
Who?
Wednesday night. If you were listening, her name is Elizabeth Lundberg from Lino Lakes, Minnesota.
I was listening, but you mumble.
She told cops, quote, "I'm upset over the outcome of the election, and you should let me go." But her blood alcohol level was 4 times the legal limit, so they arrested her for drunk driving.
You can't blame everything on the election. I mean, I'm sorry, but Hillary did have an episode when she found out that she lost. She assaulted 4 of her aides, went crazy, tore pictures off of walls, and apparently they said she'd been drinking all night. So there is some correlation to that. That's why Podesta came out to tell everybody to go home. And he cut the deal with Donald. And allegedly the two talked on the telephone. But Hillary was drunk. Drunk and out of her mind. So, yes, there is a correlation to the election. Hillary was drunk. I don't understand why you people get drunk and get mad. I'd be so happy right now to have a nice cool buzz on and not ruin anybody's day.
There's a guy in Fort Worth, Texas, who recently received some terrible news that far too many of us will get in our lifetimes. Sadly, he was diagnosed with cancer, but he handled it in the most incredible way, and it made him insanely generous. The guy went to a McDonald's where he eats all the time, and he gave $100 bills to every single person working there. And he also left $100 bills for the employees who weren't working at the time. He wound up giving away a total of $3,300. Apparently he wants to stay anonymous, but a woman who works with him clarified what drove him to give away the cash. And she says that he knows he's got a long road ahead of him in his fight against cancer, but he's trying to offset that pain by focusing on spreading joy. Quote, pay it forward. That's the whole idea behind it.
Man, where do I go so
Dallas,
people that have cancer hang out?
Dallas, Texas area.
Oh, damn.
Get to packing come the new year.
Well, I don't think he's going to be just standing in a McDonald's handing out $100 bills.
He wants to share the...
He's got to pay for his medical.
Maybe he has insurance.
He's still got to pay.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't matter if you got insurance. No insurance in the world, Obamacare included, pays any more than maybe 70% of your cancer treatment, and none of your medicine. You got to pay for that on your own, and it's terrible. It's why go through it. You know, me personally, if I ever give or I ever get a diagnosis of, say, hey, you got 8 months to live. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. I don't want treatment. I want as much pain medicine as I can get, and medicinal marijuana at the time will be available to be prescribed to me. And I'm going to the liquor store, and I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to watch as many Yankee games as I can and watch giant football, little porn when nobody's around, and I'm just going to drink, and I'm just going to smoke, and then say goodbye to people. I'm going to have them over because I'll be in a great friggin' mood. Are you kidding? And that's it. And then break it to my kids that I don't have anything to leave them.
I think they know that.
Oh, that's the greatest. Actually, I do. But it's stashed and hidden. It's stashed and hidden away from hideous exes.
Really?
That would like to take claim on it.
How come you haven't let me know about this?
Well, if you don't pay attention, not my fault. It is not my fault if you're not paying attention when you just walk through that garage.
Okay.
There's thousands of dollars of materials that are mine.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant you like hiding cash in a Swiss bank
hell
account.
no, man. No. No, if I had some cash, man, as soon as this show is over, I'm running down and getting me a 12-pack of beer. You know? If I had cash, if I had liquid cash, I have material that is worth lots of money. I've got baseball memorabilia. I've got football memorabilia. I've got rookie baseball signs. I've got Babe Ruth. I got Pete Rose. I've got a car. I've got so much stuff that if I were to liquidate it, I'd have a lot of money. But there's no one to liquidate it right now.
So this is Doc's kind of story. So if you think our politics get nasty, enjoy the video that's up on our Facebook page, or that will be up on our Facebook page. It's of foreign politicians beating each other, literally beating each other.
Oh, yeah, I saw them.
It's from the Ukraine, where one guy in parliament tries to put another in a headlock, then throws a haymaker. It was because the guy had accused him of being in with the Russians, and eventually the scuffle died down. They broke out again, but the best part is the dude behind them who barely even reacts. He's just like standing there like, wow, okay. That's happening.
Man, they punched each other.
Yes. So hopefully we don't get to that.
That happens over there in Europe. When they have like parliaments and stuff.
Yeah.
Those guys beat the hell out of each other. I'd like to see Congress have a huge food fight. I'd love to see somebody go on up to that Speaker of the House who looks like a big pansy and just break his nose. I don't like that guy. He almost cost Trump the election.
Well, he's not going to be the Speaker of the House anymore, from what I hear. Or is he? I don't know. I'm so confused. There's so many names being thrown around. I don't even know.
Speaker of the House. There's no doubt about it.
So it looks like the guys in Aerosmith were watching a lot of cable news in the run-up to the election. They just announced some tour dates for next year in a video where Steven Tyler and Joe Perry play anchors for ANN, the so-called Aerosmith News Network. They tell a couple of silly jokes, and then they announce the tour, which begins in Europe next May. All the dates are abroad at this point.
That's it for them, though. I mean, they're done after this. This is their last tour.
Is that according to you or according to them?
That is according to the man that knows everything.
Oh, okay.
Me.
There's been a lot of talk that this is Aerosmith's farewell tour, but that might not be the case. In the skit, Steven says, quote, "Any truth to the rumors that this could be the last hurrah?" And Joe says, quote, "Who the hell knows?" For the record, the press release does refer to it as a farewell tour, but it's written in quotes, so it's unclear how serious they really are about it.
Man, you got to look at the age You know? I mean, let's face it, Keith Richards could join any band and continue on forever. He's going to be 100 because he's destroyed himself. And that's why I say, drink as much as you can. Because it's not going to kill you. Just don't drink and drive. But these guys, they don't look right. You know who I saw in a car rental commercial who stunned me? They were doing the commercial, that guy with the deep voice, and he's on that show that you like?
Yeah, Rules of Engagement, dude.
Yeah, where, he's the guy and he loves whatever car company it is because he doesn't even have to talk to humans. He gets in the car, and there's Loverboy. And I don't know why, but Loverboy was in the car. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? Or he said, because I'm loving every minute of it. And so is Loverboy. And there was Mike Reno. The heartthrob of the 70s and 80s. He had to have weighed 400 pounds.
No way.
Unbelievable.
Really?
Once they stopped doing all that coke, they ate.
Wow. There's your
bottom line.
For the last couple of minutes of the show, let's take you back in the day on November 15th. So 524 years ago, in 1492, Christopher Columbus wrote in his diary that the Indians, feathers, not dots, okay, the Indians with the feathers, were drying and smoking a plant called tobacco. It is believed to be the first reference to tobacco.
All right, now who is this?
Well, in 1492, Christopher Columbus wrote that in his diary.
All right, well, he's not talking about the American Indian.
No, I know. I clarified that.
Because he never made it.
Yeah. Okay, in 1969, Janis Joplin was arrested right here locally in Tampa, Florida, on charges of using vulgar and indecent language at a concert. It started when a police officer on a bullhorn instructed the audience to sit down. Janis told him, "Don't F with these people. Hey, mister, what are you so uptight about?" All the charges were eventually dropped.
Yeah, look, come on. Everybody says F.
In 1971, Grand Funk Railroad released the album E Pluribus Funk. In 1972, Deep Throat was released. In 1980, Kenny Rogers had his first #1 hit, Lady, written by Lionel Richie. That I could totally see that being written by Lionel. Absolutely. And in 1990, Milli Vanilli producer Frank Farian publicly admitted that Fabrice Morvan and Rob
Don't even bother with the last name.
Pilatus never sang a song or a note on the Milli Vanilli album.
Doesn't matter, man. That was some fantastic music. And I put it into the rotation at this station because it is good music. Who cares who sang it? It was music. There was heartbreak. There were breakups.
Well, Rob is now deceased, and Fab, I don't know if he's the Millie or the Vanilli, but he's singing in coffee shops now.
I mean, he couldn't sing, so I'm not quite sure how good the coffee tastes. But the music's good. And I said to people, I said, okay, you can have your little, drama. Oh, hell with Milli Vanilli. And radio stations were running over Milli Vanilli CDs with bulldozers. I snatched them. And because one day that music's going to become popular again. Look, the new kids on the block.
Let's rock. It's Christmas time. We're going to celebrate it with the rock. Danny D, are you ready? Ready as I'll ever be.
New kids on the block, they had their time 88 to 91. They didn't really have that many hits, but my God, they had a following. But radio stations refused to play their songs as oldies. And I said, that's a bunch of nonsense. I've downloaded every New Kids song, and if you listen to this station when we're not doing a talk show and we're playing the greatest hits of all time, you'll hear New Kids. Because when they go on when they go on tour, their tickets sell in 5 minutes. Yeah, There's a lot of 50-year-old women out there, but hey, man, 50-year-old women can be fine too. You know, those guys are getting on the wrong side of 40, to be totally honest with you. You know, people, I don't know, people stereotype. Whoever sang for Milli Vanilli should have been exposed so they can continue. Still call themselves Milli Vanilli and usher Robin Fab out the back door. Because that was good music. And you will hear it from time to time on this station. I am done. Are you done?
I'm done.
Then we must depart. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a football show. And Rob's going to be in here. He's going to launch it. I'm not going to be here in the beginning of the show. I'm going to try to get here for the football picks. If not, I'll just pick them on my own. And you enjoy the rest of whatever this is for you.